Okay, let's do another example. So this one is under the category of general interest. Okay, so it says a student's first 4 semester test scores have been 82, 85, 74, and 73. It says, what score must the student receive on the 5th test in order to achieve an average score of 80? All right, I love this one. This comes up a lot with students. Okay, so here are the 4 scores: 82, 85, 74, 73. (82, 85, 72, 73). Or excuse me, 74. Not 73. Or not 72, 74. So 82, 85, 74, 73. Okay, now, how do we do an average? What's the formula for an average? Okay, we need to know that. Okay, so the average, right? An average is when you add all scores or numbers, and then you divide by the number of scores. How many test scores are there? That's how you calculate an average. You take the sum of all the scores and you divide by the number of scores. Now, if I wanted the average of these 4 test scores, what I would do is I would add them all up and divide by 4. Okay, that's how you calculate the average. Now, here's the thing. This student is going to take a 5th test. Let's say there's a 5th exam coming up. Don't know what that exam score is, hasn't taken it yet, right? But there's going to be 5 test scores. And the student's saying, hey, what would I need to get on that 5th test score to make sure that the average of all my test scores is equal to 80? That's a great question. So how do I set this up? Well, I'm going to use the formula, right? The average is going to equal what? So I want an average of what? What's the average that they want? The average that the student wants is 80. And I want that average to equal the sum of the 5 test scores. Well, what are the 5 test scores? 82, 85, 74, 73, and then of course the one I don't know yet, X. So let's say these are the scores of my 5 test scores. The test score number 5 is the one I want to figure out what I need. So then how many test scores do I have? I have 5. So this becomes my formula for finding X. So in this case, X is the score on the 5th exam that will make my average 80. So again, this is something that students should know how to do, right? Especially like when it comes to the final or something like that. Again, it's not always this easy, but again, it's the right idea. Okay, so now, what do? I want to solve for X. Well, let's simplify this. Let's combine like terms, right? Let's add all these together first. So let's simplify this. So let's make this 80 equals, well, what does this add up to? Well, that's 160, 300, so 160, 140, so that's 300, 307, 314. So we get 314 plus X divided by 5, right? So now, let's multiply both sides by 5, right? I'm dividing by 5. So let's, again, in this case, I don't want to deal with the addition first, right? In this case, I want to deal with the multiplication first. Okay, so again, the rule that I said earlier doesn't always have to be applied Okay, in this situation here, I wouldn't want to try to add or subtract 14 from both sides. It would make things more complicated. Okay, okay, but anyway, so now I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. So I want to get rid of that 5. So I'm dividing by 5, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. And so that's going to give me 1 here. Okay? And so now what happens? Well, now I've got what? 5 times 80 is equal to 314 plus x. Well, now what do I need to do? Well, I need to get rid of that 114 over here. I need to isolate x. Well, since I'm adding 314, I'm going to subtract 314 from both sides. Now, what happens when I do that? Let's go over here. Okay? Now, what do I end up with? I end up with x equals what? 5 times 80 minus, right, 314. Now, before I calculate this, now my test score can't be negative, right? It has to be a positive number. So that's what I'm going to keep in my mind as a gut check, because if I get a positive answer, I know I'm at least good on that front. If I get a negative answer, then I did something wrong, okay? So now, again, in application type problems, those are the types of things you want to make sure that you're keeping in the back of my mind, is again, asking yourself at the end, does this answer make sense? Okay, so now, this means that x is going to equal, well, 5 times 80 is 400. Good. That makes sense. So what do I need? Well, if I subtract these two, I get, oh, hold on, 86. So what do I need to get on the 5th exam in order for the average of my 5 exams to equal 80? I need an 86. That's it. By the way, you can check your score. Put in 86 here, right? So 314, so I would put it back into the original gradient, so you add them up. So 314 plus 86 is going to be 400. 400 divided by 5 is 80. It worked. Have a great day.